dropped one, a tough one, at Challenge Stadium in Perth to the Wildcats. Just some clutch shooting by the Perth Wildcats down the stretch. Got them over the line. So Sydney in good form too.
Cairns Taipans come out and show a little zone defense, and they're very undersized. Dean Brebner playing the middle. He and Jeff Dowdell are the interior presence. So they pack it into the zone, and then Anatoly Bose with nothing but oxygen.
That missed by 2 feet. 2 feet short.
He is going to be a superstar in this league, though, Steve. I love the look of Anatoly Bose.
Gets his hands on that one, but Grabeau gets it back. Deba George looking to turn the corner, kicks it to Grabeau. One bounce dribble going right. Was always right. Martin. Ball's tipped. Dowdell will look very uncomfortable in the open court trying to find a guard. He does his job, gets it to Grabeau. When in doubt, pick it up. And
it looked awkward, but he did exactly the right thing. Didn't try and show us his ball handling skills, and that's where he can handle it the best.
Brebner pulls down the offensive rebound. Cairns get another crack on this possession. Dowdell on a nice go. Oh my goodness, Jeray Grant upstairs once again for Sydney.
Gotta go stronger than that, Jeff, when you've got the #1 shot blocker in the competition, Jeray Grant, and goes up and easily swats that into the corporate boxes.
Well, he didn't get that right out of his hand either.
He's just got such good timing. Shot blocking, obviously you need your athleticism, but you need to have that instinct for it, be able to read the offense. And Jeray Grant's got all those characteristics built in.
Cheers, mate.
Dowdell getting by Graham Dan. Graham Dan's second personal foul. He'll get subbed out by Julian Kazoo. Had a nice little break. Kazoo getting a break towards the end of the first quarter. And Shane Heal used to like to get the break at the beginning of the quarter, because at the end of quarters, that is when you're in the bonus.
That's right, and there you see Jeff Dowdell finally hit a perimeter shot. As you saw those woeful shooting percentages, they were at 21, now they're at 25%. And 2 of 8 from the three-point line, so a much needed.
Kazoo with a medium range jump shot, and he is very capable of knocking that one down, taking Sydney's lead back to 4.
6 of 7, Julian Kazoo. And rest assured that Julian Kazoo would have featured prominently in the scouting report. Any team that's going to take on the Sydney Kings, and the ease of which he is being able to score tonight was a real worry. And, oh, good hustle by Grabeau to get back and put the shot pressure on Bose.
George for 3 is an air ball.
Missed by, someone must have opened those doors down there in a wind gust or something. That missed by a mile.
We'll get another look at that block. Aaron Grabeau just timed it perfectly.
And Anatoly, just a little fumble. Didn't help his cause. Didn't catch it cleanly.
Kazoo gets it to Bruce. He gets into the lane, finds Bose, but it's a pass that's a little bit low for him to handle. Substitutions for Cairns. Andrew Warren comes back, as well as Brad Hill, going out for Grabeau and Deba George.
Steve, given the shooting problems that the Cairns Taipans have had, the Sydney Kings will be disappointed. They've really let a good opportunity go early on in this game to establish a significant lead. A few self-inflicted wounds with the turnovers. They've got 5 now for the game.
And Dean Brebner is capable of knocking down from that range. His baseline jumper makes it a 2-point game, but couldn't agree with you more. A couple of missed opportunities by the Kings. Imagine to Kazoo. He lines up that 17-footer. And eventually it goes to Dowdle. Warren turning the corner. His scoop shot's a little long. Brad Hill on the offensive glass. Gets it to Magin. Magin mishandled it. Looked like he needed to beat it with a stick to kill it.
Steve, the problem that the Sydney Kings have is they understand the Cairns Taipans are very good in the half court as Julian polishes up his work. Understand that Cairns Taipans are a low-scoring team, so you look at the stats and you say, well, we want to get out and run and try and push the tempo. That's really not the Sydney Kings game either. They look better when they mix it around and get it through some hands in the half court and utilise their bigs down low.
Bose spins to the middle, draws the contact. Can't get it to go. A couple of passes that were very tough to handle, thrown by Aaron Bruce. But it has gotten the Cairns Taipans defense when it's not set.
It's that real balance that the Sydney Kings have got. And sometimes you've got to, maybe just give up on some of those more ambitious plays, because the way Julian Kazoo is going, he's been unstoppable tonight, so just milk that. He's got 14 points. So any doubt on the transition, unless it's wide open, go to your high percentage play, and that is get the ball to number 6 in the purple and gold.
Well, the Kings have their starting lineup on the floor. Cairns with Brebner and Dowdle. Brebner still with no name on the back of his jersey. I got to work on that.
He's been around long enough. He deserves a name on the jersey.
Wilson comes up short. Kazoo with the rebound. Bruce gets it to Kazoo. Grant making some room for himself in the power dribble and the score. Sweep it to the middle. Combination of Julian Kazoo and...
I tell you what, if I was coaching the Sydney Kings right now, I'd forget about it. Just get it to Julian Kazoo down low. He's either going to score or pass it to someone who's going to score. This time, look at this. Big fella puts it to the floor, shows us his point guard skills, creates something off the dribble, and finds a wide open Jeray Grant, excuse me, Steve.
That's all right. I'm sure he's heard that before. Some unique names going around the NBL, especially the imports. Brad Hill for 3. That's not even close.
Particularly when you're down 8 and the tide's against you, you need to get a better shot than what Brad Hill just threw up then. I know he's open. Little 2-3 zone. He's going to be open for a while until he makes one.
Timeout on the floor. Sydney Kings with an 8-point lead and looking like they're trying to get themselves back on track here at the Kingdome. We'll be back for more entertainment here in Sydney.
To treat my hair loss, I'm trusting medical science. That's why I call the doctors at Ashley & Martin. They're specialists in hair loss, and it's a proven medical treatment. So call today and enjoy the confidence tomorrow.
Appetizer, entree, main, dessert.
You have been busy.
Pizza Capers Gourmet Banquets from only $29.95. Pizza Capers Gourmet the everyday.
1, 2, 3, Julian Kazoo is killing him 7 of 10 from the field, and he's got 12 points of his 14 in the paint, and a lot of those have been dribbling from the wing.
He has. He's got 3 rebounds to go with that. So they need to reconfigure on how they're going to contain Julian Kazoo, because whatever the game plan was to start, and that's probably half the problem, I can't recognise it, is not working.
Warren with some good hustle. Both guys hustled well, but Warren very good at getting in the passing lane.
Both going for it from our angle. Admittedly, we didn't have a great angle, but
that was always going to be a close call.
Looked like it. off the Cairns Taipans, Warren, but they get it back.
Well, Warren rewarded for his hustle. Catch and shoot from Jamar Wilson. Man, in rhythm. Andrew Warren got that shot that really Derek Rucker kind of cocked it back behind his head. Impossible to get from the front.
It is. It's hard to guard when you bring it back that high. Beautiful follow through, full extension.
Magin has his shot tipped away by, or tipped to a teammate by Jeray Grant, and gives Sydney an extra shot on that possession, and they get it to go the second time. Crosswise. Wilson. Warren. One bounce dribble going left. Just missed that one. Loughton with the offensive rebound. Aaron Bruce, no, Ben Magin. I don't know how he didn't know that Brad Hill was behind him. Loughton from outside the three-point line.
They continue to blaze away, the Cairns Taipans. They're 3 of 12 from the three-point line. 7 of 28 overall. And just, we saw it earlier on in game, earlier on in Melbourne, where they just, I think they were 1 of 25 from the three-point line, and they're prepared to take those three-point shots very early on in the offense as well, before they've even explored inside, as Kevin Rax goes to the middle. You heard that last time out, Aaron Fern talking about the defensive effort, and that's exactly what he's talking about. Containing the pressure, preventing the ball getting into that paint, and they're not doing a good job of it.
13, push the whole way along.
Andrew Warren getting himself to the line. That's what Shane Heel and I were talking about on Friday night in Cairns. His ability to not just rely on his perimeter shooting. He's getting himself to the foul line. We're talking about Andrew Warren now. Getting rebounds, getting himself in the passing lane, getting a couple of cheap layups. And that is why he's been twice the player that he was earlier in the season. Another young player straight out of college.
That's exactly right.
That's the adjustment.
Similar issues as what Jeray Grant has got coming straight out of college. And there's no doubting, you play first division college to a very high standard, but you don't have the same bodies. It's different to when you're playing against more mature guys that have been around a while, and the execution and the way in which they can finesse and make things happen. It takes a while to learn that, and Andrew Warren has shown that he's a very quick learner. Time out on the floor.
Yeah, another timeout on the floor. Sydney Kings with a 7-point lead as the Cairns Taipans try and get some of that magic back that they had last time they were in this building. And Sydney, in desperate times, play so well when their backs are up against the wall, as it is tonight. Let's listen in.
With this group, look, we're in man, so we know who we've got early effort, right? Offensively, let's go to push with a real focus, setting on balls, getting into the second side. On the drive, get to receiver spots, flatten them out, flatten them out on the wings as well. You guys run the lanes for me. We've got a secondary outlet with Lukey Martin here now. All right, so if he's got it, you go. Yeah. I don't mind the dribble entries, the dribble handoffs, and then he's coming. Yeah. If that's you, I wouldn't mind seeing you curl that and get back out again. Yeah. All right?
On the first push, yeah. I'll set it, reverse it, you set the second.
Working high-low with Jules. Right. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Well, Sydney, they want to keep the Cairns Taipans off the foul line. Cairns shooting it at 77% on the year. It's very good for team free throw shooting percentage, as Andrew Warren gets himself to the line, as we mentioned before.
See, the Cairns Taipans, so far in the game, they got 27 points. Only 6 of those have come from inside the paint. So, really relying on the perimeter action. Jamal Wilson trying to get a shooting foul out of that. He heard the whistle go. So he threw one up from the centre line. So good common sense.
Contact is still while you're dribbling. Stop screaming. Oh. Make sure they hold.
Oh, it's a heads-up play if you get it. You don't see that much here, though. Deba George runs into Luke Martin, no call. Deb off the mark. Anatoly Bose takes his time, shoots for three, and splits it down.
His shooting technique is not textbook, but highly effective. He almost single-handedly won the game for the Sydney Kings against the Wollongong Hawks earlier on in the season here in their only home win at the Kingdome here in Sydney.
Another big rebound by Brad Hill, showing his athleticism on those high bounces. It usually turns into a jumping contest. Hill, good no call, and Hill with the finish. And he jumped into the D. Did a good job of absorbing the contact. Kazoo. Martin. Good closeout D by Cairns, but even a better floater by Luke Martin. Taking Sydney's lead back out to 10. Travel. Great D by Aaron Bruce.
Spot on, Steve. Just about to say exactly the same. Aaron Bruce kept his hands out, showed his hands the whole way, and did the work with his lower bodies and his legs. Have a look at this. Hands are out, and just a little travelling. They pick it up.
Well, I was actually going to call a foul on Marto over here.
It was a foul called on Ian Crosswhite.
Well, I was going to have Marto anyway.
They got it on Luke Martin.
No, they didn't. They got it on Aaron Bruce. When? Even the players are confused. Always a concern when the players don't even know. How did that happen, Steve? I don't know what happened. Surely it wasn't on the drive.
No, I was just listening to the microphone on the ref. He said he called it on Marto. Imagine that's Luke Martin. Dowdle, this could be a big swing. Sydney dodged the bullet on that possession and get it back. Still a 10-point lead out to Sydney. Cairns have been held to 29 points.
It hasn't been uncommon for the Cairns Taipans this season to find difficulties on the offensive end.
Bose with a heads-up play.
They're going to hold it for the last one as well, Steve.
Bruce. Got a half a second between the shot clock and the game clock. Martin puts it on the floor. Doesn't get it off in time.
It's still 0.15 of a second left.
0.15, mate.
Timeout to the Taipans.
It's not enough to catch it. You really only can do with 1.5 seconds, or 0.15 of a second left, is really tip it. You've got to throw it at the rim and just have it graze someone's hand and go in the ring. If Aaron Fern's got a play that can pull this off, he's a genius.
Well, they're going to discuss it.
And why not give it a try? Nothing to lose.
There's something to lose. One of their big guys could run somebody over and get a foul.
That's
Ian
true.
Crosswhite pick up an extra foul with only 5 fouls. You really feel it more when you get one that you really didn't deserve or in a bad situation. Sydney will no doubt try and clog the middle so there's no kind of alley-oop towards the hoop. Run,
and you also got to put pressure on the ball. If you put pressure on the ball, try and get a deflection, everything else becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, put it together for the Harlequin Supercharge.
And Aaron Bruce, like you said, Good job for them getting that charge.
And this surprises me because the Sydney Kings don't put anyone on the ball. So it allows them to make a long pass.